Oh, Bill, welcome to my gallery or my studio. I'm at Lola's Fresh Patina. I've been here actually for 5 years, and Lola's has been open for 5 years. So I'm kind of on the 5 year plan with her, I guess. I got invited here for some of my artwork, some of my figurative stuff, and I've been enjoying it and painting here ever since. I started as an artist quite a number of years ago. My first experience that I really remember was I would walk with my dad down to my cousin's house, and I would bring my Etch-a-Sketch because he would let me sit on the fence by their house and Etch-a-Sketch the horses that were out there. And that's how I really got started, and I've been drawing ever since. I really have no formal training in my artwork. I've done some workshops and some seminars and little webinar things, but most of what I do I've just created on my own. It was just kind of a desire for me just to always be sitting and drawing. I always had a sketchbook with me. I probably got a little more serious about 7-8 years ago, and it's just kind of blossomed quite a bit since then. I've got into pastels. The inspiration for getting into pastels was actually from my mother-in-law. She did a lot of Western work and a lot of landscape work, and she did it in pastels. And when I first started dating my wife, I would spend a lot of time sitting watching my mother-in-law paint. I don't know if I really have overall personal goals. I think I'm really like an artist in flux. I kind of move from doing different things. I see something I want to paint, or I see something I want to depict in some way, and so I'll try to find the best medium for doing that. And I always want to get to the next level. I think I paint, basically I say I paint unending stories, or I depict unending stories of people and their lives. And I think they're appropriately abandoned because I want you to finish the story. So if I see something I want to paint, whether it's little kids or whether it's my horses, my wife, people, I love to do portraits, I love to do figure drawing, and I think they all tell a story. So I started doing some sculpture I started with a fish, and I went to figures, and that's kind of what I work with in sculpting. And so goal-wise, it's just finding a better way or another way to tell that story. So mostly what I work in is in pastel, and I do a lot of sketching and stuff, so I'm trying to explore different mediums. So one of the ones that I don't do very much of that I would like to do a lot of work for a show I have this fall is oil. I did one oil piece that I won an award for, so here, come on outside and I'll show it to you. Okay, this is the oil piece. This piece actually came from a photograph that had a lot of people in the photograph. It's from a friend of mine that was working in the Peace Corps and working in Ghana. The piece originally, like I say, was a lot of people in the picture. The people were dressed in just these vibrant, vibrant colors, and that's what I really wanted to paint. But I really saw in this part of it, I saw the reflection of the mother, and that's actually what it's titled. But as I started going on, I started with this sepia color. And as I started painting on, I thought this not being color, this sepia told a lot better story than it would have done if I had finished it in color. So I got connected to the Till Spinners Lounge. I know one of the authors. Her name's Sandy, and I've met her here at the gallery. She's a friend of some of the ladies here at the gallery. She's presented some stuff here. And I think she got me in contact with Bill, with you, and then that's how we got started and connected. And when you came down to interview me and stuff, I was really, I don't know if you noticed, but I was really excited. It was a kind of a cool way for me to tell another story. I did a kind of a class, little seminar one time for authors, and it was on creativity. And I had them write short stories of my artwork. I gave them 20 minutes to write the short story while I drew a picture for them on an Etch-a-Sketch, and I was so excited what they saw in my artwork and the stories they told. I feel kind of bad. I wish I would have kept every story and hung it with my artwork. My favorite part of probably being in the Till Spinners Lounge was just the connection with the people, both with the connection with the performers and the connection with the audience, and trying to show something. It was a little bit of a struggle when I first started, because first I thought I was going to be drawing the story, and then the storytellers were telling. But that was kind of difficult in the time frame that they were telling it. And I had an idea or a theme of the story. But what I started seeing was them and their excitement up on stage and telling the story. And I thought, this is going to be so much more rich. and so much more touching for me that that's what I wanted to draw, and that's the direction I went.